and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Stuck in the Middle Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Uncle AK.
And I'm Reflex. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man.
You not hot this time?
Nah. Just have some water, man, you know.
You good?
I'm good.
Yeah, listen, man. No long tin. We got a special guest in the building. About to make some money today, bro. I'm here today to just make money. I'm going to let you introduce her, and then we're going to get it cracking. Because I just want to get to the coins.
Man, she is the CEO of Agile Consulting and Training Services. And it's none other than Kate Cham.
Yeah. Welcome to
the podcast.
Thank you.
How can I get rich?
Thank you guys for having me.
How can I get?
Speaking Mike, don't be shy.
Thank you guys for having me.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
so much. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah?
I haven't slept.
Starstruck. I like this one. She's starstruck. Don't worry, I'll sign autograph before you leave.
Okay,
Just
please
let me know
do.
who you want me to sign it to.
Thank you.
It'd be worth a lot of money in the future when I'm,
That's true.
retired.
That's
You'd
right.
be antique stuff.
Okay, I'll put it in the frame.
Nah, who is Kate, though?
Yeah.
All right, Kate is still in her 20s, and she has a new consulting firm as well as it's an agile training firm or facility, but we just started and we have this big picture of where we are headed. So far, we've gone at least, we're probably in the middle, but we have a lot more to go. And last night we signed another contract with the government that we signed and had to fax it back. That's why I sent it last night so we could actually recruit our own students at the end of every training session.
So what's Agile Consulting and Training Services for people who don't know?
Agile Consulting and Training Services, right now, the main thing that we're doing is Scrum training. And during each training, we just don't offer Scrum training. We give SAFe, which is something under Agile. And then we also give Kanban. Agile is just a process for software development. So it's a process that a lot of IT companies that build or develop softwares use so their teams and their organization could be more focused, organized, and follow one structured process so they can get things delivered to customers quicker and get that feedback earlier so they could improve in whatever thing they have next on their list.
In your opinion, when did you think this Scrum thing was needed in this software developmental lifecycle thing?
It's been around for about 10 years. And there was an old way. They used something called waterfall or the traditional methodology. That was when everything had to be developed, tested, and like building a house, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then you had to finish up each and every room in that house, paint the house, install water and electricity in the house before the tenants move in. But with Agile, you can actually start off by building that house, focus on one bedroom, then the tenants moves into that bedroom while you're using the payment from that one bedroom to maybe improve the other rooms. So it's like companies are making more money without having to waste so much time waiting on everything to be completed before they start making.
So what truly is Scrum? Like, if somebody say, yo, I don't hear about this Scrum thing, like, what really is Scrum?
Yeah.
For the average Joe, because when I tell, like my grandma Scrum, she'd be like, scrub? You scrub what? He scrub what? So, yeah, what is Scrum?
So I'm gonna put it very simple, right? Because I don't want to go by the book. We have a lot of people out there that are still trying to understand what it's about.
Fact, yeah.
And it hasn't been around so long, like I said. Scrum is a process that you could use not only with software development, you can use it at your home. I do use Scrum everywhere. And it's amazing how when I want to explain to my mother what it's about, I use whatever thing that she does in the kitchen and tell her that thing you just did is Scrum. Do you understand? It's like building things in segments, building things smaller pieces at a time. You can go to a wedding, right? Or you may have a huge birthday cake or a wedding cake. Instead of everyone just diving in and eating up the cake, they can actually focus on the first tier of that cake and then finish that up first, and they cannot touch the second step or the second tier of that cake unless the first one is complete. So it's like you have a bucket list. You want to tour the world, and you have about 20 different countries that you have to visit. you know that it will be hard for you to just sit and estimate how long it would take you to tour that all everywhere. So you can easily, it's better for you to just, take one out and then you estimate one piece at a time. Because if you want to sit and pay all the flights at the same time, it's going to cost you more at that time, and it's probably going to take longer.
Is Scrum, sorry to cut you off, similar to project management?
All right, it's very similar to project management.
What's the difference?
It's different because we use the word project management for waterfall, the old ways. Gotcha. So now project managers are Scrum Masters in this new process.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, if you, I'm just use myself as an example. Yes, Scrum, it's new, but there's a lot of coins to be collected there.
Sure.
And you as a same with Agile consulting training services, and you be reaping the benefits of this thing, and you securing the bag, and people securing the bag. There's still some people out there like me. It's like, man, I don't know if I want to put. I'm gonna put my little pinky toe in there. Why should somebody, watching this video right now, and all the people who probably thinking about signing up for your classes and stuff, get into Scrum?
It's I'll say easy money, because the higher you go, the less work you do. That's the word we live in, and it's not as technical with any other IT professions that we have out there. Scrum is IT, but you're just leading each and every person that is part of your team. The teams that you have are cross-functional, meaning that you have people that are developers, the ones that are actually coding, doing the real technical part of the work. You're going to have people that are testers. So whatever is being coded, the testers has to test to make sure that it's functioning the way they were expecting it to function. You're also going to have QA, quality assurance, still in that team, where quality assurance comes in the place that whatever stuff that has just or newly been developed is not going to break or will not harm any other thing that was already existing in the past. So you're checking the quality of it. It's like connecting pipes in the house, and then you're making sure that this electricity or this cable is not going to spark and blow up all the bulbs in the house. That's where QA is. All the teams are cross-functional. You as a Scrum Master, you're not hands-on on the project.
Don't be telling people there are cables passing.
I'm sorry, I can't see any cables. But I'm just, I'm just trying to explain. During my classes, I use different kind of examples. I use things, even cooking. I use traditions. I use countries. I use everything at all. I use even parents that have kids at home, how you can actually do Scrum. I'm trying to make it as simple as it can be ABC. Before you put that on into the real IT itself.
How long have you been doing this?
2 years. I've been teaching since September of 2018.
How did you even begin to teach? Like, what made you want to teach it?
All right. So when I did my training, right, we're about 13 of us in that class. And then I really did put in the work. Because first, I knew the material. I knew the theory part of it, but I just didn't know the hands-on part of it. So I used to go to the library like Monday through Fridays from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And then I would actually help my other classmates, my course mate that we took it together. But I wasn't the first person to get a job. So this guy, he's Nigerian, he had a job. And then he called me that Monday morning and said, Kate, there's something I want to tell you, but please don't feel bad. I don't know how I was the first person to get a job. You should be the first person. I said, you have a job? I was screaming. He said, yes. He said, but how come? You've been helping me. You did all the interviews. We did interview preparations. You helped me with my resume, even the exams. And I said, okay, I don't know. Maybe mine is coming. I'm not praying for a job. I'm praying for the job. A job that's going to give me the opportunity to learn. Because I really wanted to learn more. I just wanted that first offer. Then I was going to do whatever it took me to really understand everything to the core. And that same Monday, they called me at 4 p.m. and said I had my offer. Oh my God, it was the best time of my life. And when I got on the job, I got promoted within 3 months. My first offer, I got promoted within 3 months. And after 3 months, I went back and I was helping those other course mates of mine that didn't have a job. One actually did have a job, and 1 year later that I was helping, and he moved in the same state that I was in. And then my mom said, you're helping all these people and they're getting jobs. Why don't you just make it official? my mom just called that day. I was on my couch. It was a Saturday evening, and I was watching my show on Netflix. And then she said, "Just make it official." I was like, "Mommy, is it that easy?" She said, "Yeah." On my couch, I created that flyer, and it's never changed. It's still the same flyer.
This one, that one.
Yeah, I went on Google.
I was gonna pick a photo. You need to put some black faces on.
Black faces on there.
You know what I'm saying? Put some Africans on
I know,
that
you
thing,
know, in
you
the
what I'm
society
saying?
that we live in, you put professionals, you know.
No,
I just couldn't find.
I gotta wear country clothes. I gotta hit up.
Like Mamenda.
Yeah, Mamenda, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you wear a Togu, then I'll definitely crop that out and just
Put it in
there.
there.
Now we're talking.
But you know, saying before we went live, you talked about it's it sounds good and all, but your first job though, you talked about you had the experience of somebody saying, man, like, who do you think you are? African girl, African for one, girl for second, that you can come and teach us these things. Think about experiences like that.
My God, my first offer, my first Scrum job, I'm not gonna lie, it was a nightmare. It was in Texas, and I cried every single day. You know, when I met a team that I was supposed to transition from the waterfall, we talked about the old ways, the old process, into the new process, Scrum. And this guy had been with the company for over 38 years, and he's been doing this since that time, the same process. So when I came in and I was brought in to take them off that old process into the new process, you understand? He said, "So you think one young African girl, probably fresh out of college or high school, gonna come here and try to change everything around? Sorry, but you lose. It's not gonna happen." And it took me I was hoping that I'll do it within a month, but it took me 2 months. And I think it was kind of a setup, because one time, right, I walked in and then I saw a rosary, like this Catholic rosaries on his desk. Then I knew he was a Catholic, and I said, "Hi, I just moved here from Maryland, and I don't know any good Catholic churches around here that I could attend. Can you please help me?" He said, "You're Catholic?" I said, "Yes, I am. I'm baptized. I'm confirmed. I do take the Holy Communion. The only thing that was missing on my baptismal card is marriage." And then he said, "That is really good." I said, "Yeah, and I hope to go to Rome someday." That's how the relationship started, by looking at that rosary.
So you're Catholic?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, oh my God, sure. I'm a Catholic not by choice even, but by force.
That's another conversation for another day.
Yes. My grandmother. My grandmother,
Yeah.
nah. Well, that's another day,
Yeah.
like I said. So when I spoke to the guy about Catholic stuff, the next day, well, he always has a bottle of water. He would support his phone on the water, on that bottle, trying to take his meetings or conference calls and all
cheap
that.
to buy a phone stand.
Yeah, the next day I bought him a tiny plastic piggy phone stand.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought it to him, and it was blue. Then I bought myself a purple one. I said, "I found this at a gas station, and I think you may like it because you're always supporting your phone with your bottle, just like you're doing right now."
Mm-hmm.
He laughed and he took it from me. Then I said, "See, we have the same now. I have the purple one." And then I invited him out for coffee. He accepted. We met, and I said, "Please, I didn't bring myself onto this project. I was brought in to make the changes, and everybody else is looking up to me to make that changes. I may have come with the process in a very wrong way, but I need you to tell me how you will want us to get this done. I need you to tell me your expectations so I can meet up with your expectations. I can take your ideas and maybe make it fit within Scrum, and you will not even feel that anything has changed." The guy, that's when we started talking. We were hand in hand. I made him the team lead because he wanted to be in charge. I made him the team lead, and that's how we became very good friends.
So
then I got promoted the next month.
Let me get this straight, right? In a nutshell, you're saying that being a Scrum Master, you have this project, right? They bring you in, and they say, "Okay, here we go. We want to transition from here to here. You're in charge." So you get to pick the team lead. You get to pick who is under that team lead. Like, you, pretty much, it's your show. Run it.
I haven't met a team that I had to get them together from scratch. But when I came in, they didn't have a team lead. So I just decided that because he was very knowledgeable. He'd been on the project longer than anybody else. And I thought he would be the right person.
So what's the difference between you, who is in charge of the program, and a team lead?
That's a very good question. Thank you. So I like when even my students, when they ask me questions like that, I get really excited. The difference between a team lead and a Scrum Master is that With the Scrum Master, anything about the process, you're in charge. But anything about how the product is being developed, the team lead is in charge. So the Scrum Master gives the knowledge or shares the ideas when it comes to processes. But the team lead gives he has the technical knowledge of it. When there's an email that you have going around and other departments are asking questions, so upper management is asking questions about what you're building or about your teams, if it's the process or what's due next, when are you going to start building this feature, then the Scrum Master will come in and say, oh, this is what is due next, this is what we're working on right now, and then we have this number of people. But when it comes to how was this thing coded from point A to point B, the Scrum Master does not have that technical knowledge of it.
So
the team
for the average Joe, the Scrum Master is about, like he or she handles a calendar.
Yes.
Pretty much when something is due, start, end date, when something is due, all that stuff, making sure that everybody's in line.
Yes.
And then the team lead, he worries about, the coders and everybody, like, okay, you do what you're supposed to do and you do it that way, the right way, pretty much.
No, we try not to do that. It was like that with Waterfall, but with Scrum, right, we have someone called the product owner. So he owns the product already, and he makes all decisions about the product. He prioritizes the work, and he's the only person that can invalidate anything on that project, and he's the only person that can bring new things into the project, because that's the person that has the direct contact with the customer. We, the Scrum Masters, we don't have direct contact with the customers unless we get invited to it. And when it comes to negotiating or deciding about budgeting, we don't have nothing to do with it. The product owner takes care of it all. If the negotiation part is completed, the customer has stated what they want and how they want it or when they want it, and they just bring it over to the team and say, this is what you're supposed to be working on, and start off with point A. Then they're going to tell us there's no what steps and when they're due.
So again, for the average Joe, who's the product owner here? Because now we've heard about the Scrum Master, we've heard about the team lead, and then now you introduced the product owner. So who is the product owner?
All right, so I'm going to start with every part or every department or positions as far as Agile or Scrum is concerned. First, right, let's start at the very top. We have the stakeholders or upper management. Those are the people that approves the budget for that project. You understand? If you're working with, maybe you're working in a big organization that has a bank, has insurance, has all this stuff, the budget has to be approved by some CFO, Chief Financial Officer, right? And those are the stakeholders. They're not really fully hands-on in the project, but whichever major or significant portion of that project is completed, you have to come and demonstrate it to them so that they can see what they're approving for. So next time it won't be an issue for them to approve the next budget. Right. You understand? And then we have, from the stakeholders, we have, of course, the customers that are the owners. You understand? So they are fully involved. If you're building that house, you have molded the blocks, you raise up the walls, the customers has to inspect it and say, good, this is exactly the height I wanted. Then when you maybe raise up the walls, then start doing the roof, they're inspecting each and every step of the project to give you feedback. If you had started painting that house and you have white walls, and then they come in and say, white, oh sorry, I have kids, white will not really be good for my kids, can you make it a little bit darker, make something navy blue or orange so the dirt won't show. That's how they do it. So everything that you're building, you're meeting the customer's expectations. So you don't build something that they don't want, because the company is going to lose money, right? Because you still have to pay workers to do everything all over again. That's why Scrum is better than Waterfall. And then we have another person called the product owner. The product owner is the person that takes the information from the stakeholders and the customers to us. He's like the middleman between those senior people and the team, and the back-end team. So any decision, we cannot just, the back-end team with us, the Scrum Master cannot make decisions. If it's coming from him, we know that he got it from those big bosses up there. Yeah. That's why they say he owns the project.
Gotcha.
I know.
You know your stuff. I gotta give it. You know what I'm saying? But let me ask you this.
Thank you.
I got a 6-figure. six-figure job somewhere, with the government. I'm comfortable. I'm good. And I'm thinking about Scrum. How long is the class? And I want to, and I want to register with Agile Consulting and Training Services. How long is the class? And I'm thinking I got kids and stuff like that. Right. So talk to us about this class that you do.
So it's a 4 weeks long class and program. We have it Mondays to Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. It's virtual right now, but starting September, we're going to offer weekend classes that will start from 1 p.m. and end at 4 p.m.
That's some intense stuff.
Still 4 weeks. Yeah, it's a very conversational class because it's just English speaking. And the first 2 weeks we go through the guide. We're just going by the books. And then the third week we're doing scenario based stuff and hardcore interview preparations.
How much is it?
It's $2,500, including the certification.
Talk to us about the certification as far as like the test. Some people might not be good test takers. What are your, percentage graduate wise? Like 100% people get jobs. 100% people, pass the certification.
No one has failed the certification. I don't think in this world even, because it's really easy.
You take it from home, right?
You take it from home. And what you do is you attend a 2 days boot camp. I've had people that you can boycott and go take the boot camp without taking a longer course like ours. You understand? You can just go in and take two days classes, 8 hours a day. At the end of the second day, they give you a link. You go home. You have 30 days to take the exam. Now, back in the days, it was 34 questions. Now it's 50 questions. It changed starting January 2019. And it's going to keep changing because the market is growing and it's becoming really demanding. And a lot of people are knowing about this stuff. The pay is really good. And it doesn't stress me because I don't like stress. But for real, if I could quit nursing for this, and I finally found something that I told myself that there's no going back. That's why I have all these other certifications. And our courses are, in fact, it's simple. It's the non-judgmental zone. We break everything to the smallest piece as much as we can. And even if I see students in my class that I feel may need extra time that are not getting it, I check in with you.
When you say we, who are you referring to? We.
I have a partner. Yes, I have a partner, but he's not fully involved yet. He's just doing behind the scenes stuff, processes and getting everything stabilized. When it comes to the website, he takes care of it. When it comes to the Excel stuff, students registrations, and when it also comes to stuff like, the platforms to use, payments, and he takes care of all of that.
Too much yellow. I just threw that out there for him. It's too much yellow. It's distracting.
Too much yellow?
Too much yellow on the website.
It's like, even on the flag.
It's like distracting.
I thought that was yellow and orange.
I just had to say that.
Oh. He's been biting his balance.
Oh, I don't give nobody yellow fever.
But now, why should people choose Agile Consulting?
We let our work speak for itself. We let our work speak for itself. It's really been demanding lately. That's why I was like, I had to put my phone on silent because I know people would call about it. Yeah. I get messages from everywhere and Instagram, calling through the flyers. I have emails. I have Facebook. I have people that just call because they heard this other student took it. I've had a student that has only been 1 week into this class that started last week, and her husband is going to attend the next class. Her sister is going to attend, and her sister's husband. So I've had too many people that, when you come and you say it, it's very normal. From Africa that I'm from, we want to see something first before we get into it. We want to see the evidence. We don't want to hear it. Yeah.
That's what I was saying, DJ Pinky earlier. I will quit my job for what?
The pay is extremely good. It's I won't lie.
There's this thing with our people. When I say our people, I mean, we the Africans and stuff. Something new pops up, and everybody just rushes into it.
True.
What's up with that? Like,
it's like the new nursing. Do you see like the new nursing wave now? It's just like, yeah, I've been the nursing.
I read something on Instagram that said this person posted something saying they've been waiting on their W-2 from Walmart and it's not coming because they have been doing self-checkout all year long at Walmart. So I feel like they're part of Walmart now. They deserve a W-2 to file for taxes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I kind of laugh because it's amazing how even at the airport you have a lot of self-checking stuff, printing out the machine is doing everything for you. Robots are gonna take over soon. All these drones everywhere. Mm-hmm. That's how IT is growing. IT is that we live in a world that it keeps developing every single day. And new things, you have all these new amazing things. Who is Alexa now? Who is Zelle? Banks are updating all this. And when one company has it, every company wants it as well. The company I'm working with right now is a retail company, and the website that we were building, the company has 27 other companies that they bought, but they don't change the name into the actual company, just leave it. And so they bought one of these companies that's in Portland and wanted to bring it live, like have an online shopping of that store. And we've been, oh my God, I learned so much because I started from scratch. We started off by developing this project and started supporting the project. And now we are enhancing or upgrading the project. We're upgrading the form in a way that before we only had card checkout. You can only use your debit card or credit card to check out. And now we just recently added a new feature, which is PayPal and all this stuff that you could use to check out as well. And you see all this Apple Pay stuff. IT is a promising career. I'm not gonna lie. It's a career that you can only keep going higher if you stay focused.
Oh, talk to them.
Stay focused. So it took me 2 years to get myself to where I am. I teach.
How much money do you make a year?
I make $158K a year.
And that's just one job.
That's just one job.
But how many jobs do you have?
That's just her job minus, agile training. You know what I'm saying? You got to put this stuff out there for people to see, like, yo, there's coins to be collected.
And the contracts keeps coming.
Like, you can leave your job right now.
Hold on. Speaking of contract, I just remember she mentioned, a contract with the government. Like, how do you even... How do you begin to get a contract with the government, though? I'm not saying that's not possible, but I'm saying, like,
what's the process?
What's the process, for somebody who wants to, get there too? Because there's a lot of money out here to be made, and
there are many different IT certifications or trainings that you can take. But if you're not IT savvy, I'm not gonna lie, I'll advise you to take the route I took because it's helped me so much. My mom is a Scrum Master. My entire family is. I had to bring the money to the family, you know what I'm saying? And I started with Scrum because I wanted something that was not technical. Can you imagine that I did OBIEE, Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise, for 2 days and I never dialed in again into that class ever because it gave me headaches. I always have migraines and my head was like booming. I was like, I didn't get anything from that class. Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise. I did not even dial back into that class. I quit. And then months later, when I joined Scrum, I went up to getting the next certification, SAVE. From SAVE, I went and got my Agile coach. That's what I'm doing right now. My goal, which next month, I'm getting product owner certification. Then I'm going to become an enterprise coach.
And then that's when you can, like, go to the government and say, hey, I got this company, give me checks. Give me the check and I'm hire.
You just work for bigger companies, but you're going to be in charge of the process enterprise-wise, not just team-wise anymore. You understand?
Yeah. Who introduced you to Scrum?
Hey, my story out there. All right. So I went to Panera Bread. I had a very bad relationship that really kind of took a little bit of, but that made me what I am today.
You went to Panera to ease the stress.
Do you call that person and say, well, thank you for breaking my heart?
I haven't met him yet, but I would really love to, because if I didn't meet
when he broke your heart, how you meet? Okay.
If I didn't meet that person, right, I wouldn't have really understood or realized my capabilities. You understand? Because I used all that energy that it was about to drain off of me to put it on something else. All that anger and being judged.
Sorry to cut you off. This breakup is good, though.
It's good.
Rashida.
It's really...
Rashida.
She broke up and then started tailoring needs. And it's been like 5 people come here and say breakup. Continue. Sorry.
No, breakup is good. Seriously. Breakup is amazing.
That says you gotta break up your relationship.
Yeah. I'm not saying go break up, especially if you're married. We don't like. We want to keep the divorce rate Hi. So stay married, stay in your relationship.
I met this guy, right?
Love,
he was a Caucasian. I met him at Panera Bread, downtown DC. And that was when the entire Maryland, Marylanders, African Cameroonians would judge you and make you feel like you're the worst person. When that time that I stayed away from everyone, I put in that energy on Scrum. I stayed away from all the distraction. I got off all social media, deleted my Facebook permanently, deleted my app on Instagram, everywhere. And I was on Scrum, and it's paying off. So this guy was like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good." He said, "Are you studying for anything?" I said, "No, I just came here to, have my green tea and just have a cool time." He said, "What do you do?" I said, "I'm in nursing school, but I just quit nursing school." Then he said, "Why?" I said, "Because it's not for me. I can't deal with all the blood and the pain, and I don't have that heart to see someone in pain because I always feel their pain, And then he said, "Have you thought about getting into IT?" I said, "Oh my God, that's not for me either. I don't want anything that's going to stress me up." He said, "There's this part that is not technical." I said, "Which one?" He said, "Scrum. It's really new. A lot of people." I'm like, "You know what, sir? Thank you so much. And I wish you a good day, but I'm leaving." I left. I'm not going to lie. That was one of the times that I was closer to God. I met this guy again. There's another Panera Bread at White Oak by Chick-fil-A and the holidays, right off March 29. I met that guy again, but I didn't recognize him. He said, "You don't remember me?" I said, "Are you following me?"
Yeah, you don't.
2 months later.
Why is that you say as following? Why did you say that God was, around you?
At that time, right? At that time, every male around me was a suspect. You understand? Every male picture, anything was something like.
How do you know you're not the one who was a suspect?
I actually.
It was breakup things.
It was that time. It was at that peak. But I'm glad because when I break up, right, I always want to know what I did wrong that caused it. And I cannot find out on my own. My ex's thing, I want them back when I call them to say, "Why did we break? What was that thing that I did?" They're telling me, but I'm keeping those things into consideration because I don't want to carry that baggage into the next one.
Closure.
Yeah. I don't want to carry it to the next one. And it helped.
Yeah.
I always call all my exes and I ask, but trust me, today I am far more better than I was back then.
You're making 150,000.
No,
you better
I'm making more than that actually. Starting yesterday, right? So I'm making over 250.
What happened yesterday? Oh yeah, with the
you
just
said
we're rich.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
My husband don't like me talking about me. He said,
"No, you listen. You got a class. Proud. You selling the products out there. So I mean, this is a way to talk about it.
Tell
your
husband to get in line.
No.
Tell him to be talking about this.
Well?
He's an Agile coach. He's very laid back, and you would never hear him proud. But this is a man that has his own money like crazy. I've never dated any man that has more money. I'm not gonna lie. I'm always the one paying the bills, doing this, doing that. But I've made a man that tells me, "Babe, stop. Let me do what I'm supposed to do." Like sometimes I'll just go and buy things. I'm buying some of the house.
You just
all
your exes, pow, 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 pow.
If I meet with my ego sponsor me, I go kick back. Me job.
Yeah.
I'm mad. I'll keep the books, baby. You gotta teach you.
And I've had some classes that I have new youngsters, young people that attend my class, and they end up clicking up, dating. They said they're gonna use their Scrum money and her Scrum money and merge it up together. It becomes more Scrum money. Yeah.
Man, there's no need for you to waste go to school, get all your education, and then you come out and you are going and paying somebody else.
The only requirement that you need to get a job is high school. They only need you to be able to read and write and be able to talk. We have a lot of people that are hiding in the closet. They have these capabilities. You can talk, and I pick on them in my class, and I say, "You know what? Tell me this, tell me that." Or I call them and I'm just acting like a real interview person. I'm going, "Hi, my name is Kate. I'm one of the Scrum Masters here at blah, blah, blah. I found your name on one of our job boards. We think it may be a perfect fit. Can you please start off by telling me a little bit about yourself?" And they're like, "My kid, promise." I'm like, "No, seriously, we have to make it real. I'm calling you because I know you need help in this area. I want to be able to pick exactly what help you need." Because that's exactly how you're rehearsing for the real show itself.
Take us through a day in not you elite now, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For somebody who they've you know got this they've gone through Agile consulting training services, they've gotten their certification exam prep, assistance with their resume, interview prep, first day on the job. What are they doing?
What I do is, when we do each and every meeting that the schedule, right, I give them the purpose of that meeting and the agenda. And I tell them that take those notes. I said my requirement is you need a clean notebook and a pen, 2 different colors. So you're highlighting the topics and the note itself. Keep that book with you because it's gonna help you in your first month before you start getting that confidence. When I was a Scrum Master, I get to the office, I always check my emails because a lot of IT companies have teams in India, offshore, being that with these hackers that we have out there, someone has to keep the site secured.
Facts.
Someone has to stay awake to protect everything. And with the hours different that we have with them, the time difference we have in India, when we're sleeping, they're working. When we're working, they're sleeping. So when I come in, I always check my emails because I'm expecting maybe questions or information from my Indian teams. I check my emails for like the first 15 minutes when I get in there at 8. Then I go downstairs like 8:20, grab my coffee, grab my oatmeal and my banana, come back upstairs.
Yeesh, oatmeal.
I love oatmeal.
Sorry, go ahead.
And I'm eating my oatmeal, still looking at stuff, tracking the work, if any progress had been made from offshore or the previous day. If any team member has created new things, you can see it from tracking, right? The tool that you use will show it to you. And I'm looking at those stuff. If I don't see any changes, I know that at my 9 a.m. meeting that we have every morning for 15 minutes, I'm just reminding them that don't forget to update the statuses of your work. Like if you had completed something, mark it as done so we don't think it's still in progress or it's still to be done or it's already done. You understand? So we're able to differentiate stuff and send stuff to the customers quicker.
That's easy money for real.
It's easy.
Yeah. So on your site, you have 2 services under the service tab, and then you have about 3 or 4 on the homepage. What's the difference?
Okay. So we have, like I said, I've had students that had already been certified, and then they come on and just want interview preparations. When I started that in the beginning, I saw that those people stayed in the market longer because they only came for the interview preparations, but those 2 days courses they took was a scratch program, and they didn't go through everything in detail. So now I'm merging everything together because it certified or no certified. Once you say you took that 2 days, now you're coming back because I wouldn't want to rush things with you. Then you end up making months in the market without a job. We rather just sacrifice 1 month and then you have another within a month to get another job, to get that first offer. Yeah.
Agile consulting in 5 years. Where do you see the company itself?
It will actually be a big contracting firm, contracting with the government, placing our own students into jobs in the job market, going forward and taking interviews and then having compensation for their work.
Yeah, you. Man, I got a bone to pick with something like contracting. It's a great thing, but that's after the podcast we gonna talk. But it's dope. It's dope. It's dope.
Yeah, how can people connect with you?
Yeah,
you can get me through via email, successfulkate@gmail.com, or you can get me successfulkate90@gmail.com. I have another one called Agile CT services@gmail.com, and you can get me through Cham21@gmail.com. I'm not 21. That was created when I was 21. And then our phone number is 210-306-0539. We're a virtual class. We're going to start offering on-site classes in Maryland, Houston, and then Dallas as well, starting September.
These flyers you are passing out, I remember you said 25. This one said 20.
I said 2,000. It's $2,000. $2,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's $2,000, including your certification.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 weeks class.
Yeah.
Get your certification for Scrum. Get those coins. The company is Agile Consulting and Training Services.
Yes, sir.
We have had the privilege of speaking with Auntie Kate.
Thank you.
Please, I just beg with $20 before you come.
No, I'm giving you more than that.
You just don't give me the podcast?
And we are out.